Welcome in. I am the Crypto Bull Guy, and this is All in the Charts. If you appreciate the content and the fact that Bitcoin is less than 1.5% away from $100,000, click the bell icon for all notifications to know when I go live at non-standard times every weekday here on the YouTubes. You can find me in the Twitterverse, the Xverse as well. It is one word. It is Crypto Bull God. You know what's funny is with these glasses on, I can actually do charting with this. I might do the entire live stream with these glasses on because I can actually see through them. How's everybody feeling? Yeah, shit's starting to heat up. Starting to get a little bit, little cray-cray out there. Now, the interesting thing is, and we're going to take a look at Ethereum today, and who knows, maybe Bitcoin shocks all of us and hits $100,000 while we're live on the YouTubes. That would be something. You can watch Bitcoin hit $100,000 live with CBG. Now, here's the thing. Let's just level set the conversation. This is a warm-up. Now, why do I say this is a warm-up? Because having been here before, and if you have subscribed to the channel and been pretty consistent in following a lot of the live streams that I do, you would know that history has tended to rhyme over time within certain cyclical patterns, right? So what we are awaiting, what we've been talking about for a long time is this alt season. It's been a long time since an alt season. So why do I say things are warming up? Because altcoins have not begun to fire off yet. I told you guys that one day when H-bar was up 50, 60%, whatever it was, that's going to be the norm for the majority of everything you're looking at in the markets. If you have not experienced that Pareto, that 20% portion of the Pareto distribution where things just skyrocket off in a short amount of time, you are in for a fucking ride. And I've been telling you guys also on this channel that, you know, all kidding aside, I come out here, you know, I know I have a corny sense of humor, but I've kept things real with you guys that you need to have your emotions in check. If you want to prosper in this market moving forward into 2025, you got to be unemotional and logical about things. So just keep this in mind. But we're really nearing the beginning stages here of what I believe will be an outperformance from altcoins. Take a look at Ethereum today, up 10%, nearly 10%. Bitcoin is about 1.4% away from $100,000. Now, for those that were saying Ethereum is dead, I've been out here all consistently for the past, how long now, saying, hey, you know, the downturn into the Ethereum BTC dominance chart, it's been going longer than I anticipated, but it's going to bounce, and when it does, we all need to support Ethereum because, again, when Ethereum steals the spotlight, which it will, okay, unless if something is completely different this time, all we can use is history. Once Ethereum steals the spotlight, do you understand what's going to happen in the market? There is a shift in market psychology from being risky, risk off, to risky, risk on. I stated that last week. The mindset shifts that Bitcoin, as exciting as it is, has already made most of its run, okay? And now what I want to do is I want to take a lot of my profits and I want to stick them into altcoins because those motherfuckers are going to fly. And they are down low. Most of these altcoin pairings, I could pull up a random chart. Most of them have been bleeding against Bitcoin. There have been a few strong performers like Solana, Caspa, a lot of meme coins. Most of them have been bleeding, and they're going to get very big bounces. We can take a look at perhaps the XRP BTC chart. Had a really nice bounce. It's just interesting to see the market playing out the way it is, because it's very reminiscent, again, of what happened 4 years ago. You know, I don't know where you were at. I don't know where you were at in late 2020. It was the end of the beer virus. But I just remember in November, December, being blown away by the run that Ethereum started to have. You know, it's hard to believe Ethereum was sub $200. I still remember because I was buying it. Ethereum was sub $200, and I just remember that journey all the way up over $1,000. I mean, it was it was something to really take in. And that really wasn't even the bulk of the moves. You had your Harmony Ones, your Decentralands, your H-bars, your Solanas, even Terra Luna at the time. Those things were just putting in monstrous moves in that first quarter. And again, I think all of this is setting us up in relative fashion for that first quarter to be an explosive quarter within crypto. Okay? I don't want to jump ahead on myself. I don't want to get into exactly what my expectations are. And we're going to allow the charts to develop, and that'll guide our decisions. But for right now, I'm going to actually take these off. But for right now, this market is really showing some signs of some significant strength. I've been out here posting. If you're following me on X, I've put out a few posts about shorting the market. A couple different things, just basically how foolish it is to be shorting the market. This is why. We are seemingly at the moment, for a brief period in time, in an up-only environment. Now, we're going to have corrections along the way, and that's why, in part, I am here. I'm here to help keep you level-headed and realize, hey, if we get a certain level of pullback, like if we look at a Caspa is right in the range that we spoke about. It's a laggard today. I don't anticipate that being the case moving forward. But we're ranging right where we want to, right? And once we clear 18 to 19 cents, it is going to fucking move quick, in my opinion, just like Bitcoin. So that's the sort of level-headed analysis that I'm really aiming to provide to you, in particular over the coming months, because I really do want to see everyone succeed in selling out. Let's see who we have in the live stream. Earthwalker, let's fucking go. Juan, welcome in. TA Q&A day. I know I haven't been doing the live streams 4 days a week the past couple weeks, so generally it's Tuesday and Thursday. Maybe if I have some time today, I'll take some TA questions from you guys. Actually, how about this? Since you brought it up, the first three charts from three different people, it has to be from three different people, the first three tickers that hit my comments from three different people, I will chart for you guys. I promise to do that. I wish my glasses were prescribed. These are my, you haven't been here long enough, Juan. These are my Crypto Bull God glasses. Now, if you don't know what that means or like what the hell I'm talking about, you'll find out soon. Gary Gensler is resigning January 20th? Really? Did not, let me see. Gary Gensler resigns. Wow, so sad. Oh, maybe this is why the market's up. The SEC chair, Gary Fucktard Gensler. And you're a security. And you're a security. And you're a security. Remember that? I don't know if you guys were here for that video, but I did I don't know. I posted it on X. Who else do we have in here? So happy to hear he's resigning. Okay, so we got XDC and we got Cardano. So I will make sure to get to those. If there's a third person, why doesn't Gensler resign now? If there's XLM, we can definitely take a look at XLM. Man, I haven't seen this guy in the comments in a long time. Is interest finally coming into the market? Welcome back. Welcome back. It took Bitcoin being 1.5% away from $100,000, but welcome back. And I know you are the person who loves XLM. So we'll chart out how that thing can hit $500 in the coming 5 weeks. Let's get into the charts here. So as you can see in the top 10 here, pretty much everything is up. Now, what you like to see as you're kind of perusing how much everything is up right now, what you really like to see are the major altcoins. So I'm talking about Ethereum, I'm talking about Solana, and I'd even throw in XRP and Doge. But mainly Ethereum and Solana. You want to see those up big. And the reason you want to see them up big is because that outperformance relative to Bitcoin is what's going to drag the Bitcoin dominance down. Think about how this stuff works. It's really basic math when you think about it. You don't have to know calculus to know this stuff. You have a total market cap, which is comprised of all of your altcoins and Bitcoin, right? And you have a chart that's charting how much percentage share represents Bitcoin, and the rest represents altcoins. So if the altcoin market caps are going up at a higher rate relative to Bitcoin, it's going to say, hey, Bitcoin has less share of the market, right? And to the degree that we can get tokens that represent a larger share of the market going up, that's what's really going to pull things down. So we'll have to see how this monthly candlestick prints. We're still in this rising wedge, which is a bearish pattern, which is bullish for us as altcoin holders. But that's what's going on in that market. Is in terms of what's going on in the 12-hour chart, again, it's amazing to see what happened once we broke out of this $70,000 area, right? I don't understand how you can't say that it's very, very reminiscent. I mean, it's very reminiscent back here. It's also very reminiscent, if we go way back in time, to what happened back here, okay? What happened back here? This is 2020 going into 2021. This is when we broke $20,000. And seemingly in the blink of an eye, we were up here more than a 3x at close to $70,000. So if we come into the 12-hour chart, all we're seeing is we've been stair-stepping our way up, right? There hasn't been anything concerning that's developed in the 12-hour chart. You love to see the RSI above this dotted line right here. It's above 70. Great to see. The MACD is once again is about to curl up. It'll be, I'll be blunt. It'll be interesting to see if we actually crack $100,000. Now, I've said this on this channel many times. Focusing on a specific price level or when it's going to hit it, it's fun conversation. It's not what you should be focused on. I will say if we hit $100,000 before the end of the year, it has exceeded my expectations. Okay, I did not see the $100,000 mark being breached potentially until early next year, and I even said January. So welcome in, Donkey Dong. But we'll have to see, because the thing that's interesting about the $100,000 area that I've been speaking to for a while now is it's a huge psychological area. And it'll be interesting to see if we fall just short and have a correction before moving back up, or if we blast through it by 10% or more. It'll be very interesting. And I when you've been accumulating for a long time, you really just sit back, and this is in some ways the hardest part of the cycle, and in some ways this is the easiest part because you just sit on your hands. So that's what's going on the 12-hour. This is the weekly here. It's funny, I had this sketched out, I don't know how long ago at this point. I would say back here, around here, I believe I had this charted out since September. And so the idea is, in generalities, this is what you're expecting. Again, we're not concerned with if you've been really paying attention to the channel, and I've been highlighting the video that I have. You can check it on my YouTube under published content, the sell signals for Bitcoin. Okay, I've been talking about this for a long time. The reason I bring that video up is because, again, I want to remind everyone, I do not believe you should be focused on a specified dollar level or a specified timing in terms of when to sell. Now, that goes against the grain of the majority of people I've seen out in this space. I believe what you should be focused on are indicators which historically tell us when we're overheated or in the midst or at a top of an impulsive top. That, to me, again, I've hit on this a few different times. While actuarial science is not directly translatable to charting, the analytical side of my brain, that's left-sided, the left side of my brain, the way it operates in the actuarial field, does translate in some ways to actually just being sensical, logical, and being creative in terms of how to derive certain computations in the market. But with that being said, it just makes too much sense to me to use charting indicators that historically tell us when we're near a topping point. So the way we need to continue to play the market is to be patient, let things run. I'm telling you, before the end of the year, we're going to get some sort of a harsh correction. There will be. Just remember me saying this, right? It is going to weed out the most inexperienced people in this market. When that happens, I'm just telling you point blank, I mean, you should know this already, there isn't a single goddamn thing I'll be selling this year. okay? Unless if topping indicators start firing off, then that's a different story, and I'll let you know. But I don't anticipate that. So we really want to rely on those historical indicators to tell us when we're getting to a topping point. Now, one of the things that I began thinking about today, I was taking a walk earlier outside. It's important to get your steps in. Keep that in mind. I was thinking about where we might be by the end of the first quarter, March, April. Where we might be in Bitcoin in March, April. And I have a couple thoughts there. First off, with where price is at right now, it is outperforming what I was expecting. I indicated to you guys 85 to 92. We got into that range, and we've gone above. So what it's begun to make me think about are a couple different things. One, will we end up going higher than the highest of ranges that I've put together? Two, are we getting too overheated too quickly and a bunch of those topping signals will fire in the spring of next year? Because I'll guarantee you one thing, and I've said this point blank on this channel, that sell strategy is what I'm using, okay? So while I'm not telling you, hey guys, today I sold 10% of my Bitcoin, today I sold 15% of my Kaspa, I'm not coming out here and doing that. But what I will do is I will communicate to you guys for awareness how many of those topping signals begin to fire and when. And the reason I say that is because we have to be prepared for a scenario where the topping signals, I'm just communicating to you, hey guys, 3 of the 6 topping signals have fired, and it's April 5th. What are you going to do? Are you going to choose to sit on your hands, or are you going to at least maybe sell 20% of what you have, right? That choice is up to you. But I know if those things begin to fire in a meaningful way, and it's not just one, I will exercise my sell strategy, even though it's early into 2025. One of the other things you have to keep in mind is you don't want to, when we're getting into this phase where things are going ballistic, you don't want to have a gambler's mentality. Guys, we're not gambling anything here. We're investing based on sound logic and rationale, right? And we recognize we're not going to sell the top. Your success in this market is not contingent on you calling a perfect bottom or a perfect top. I actually think it's one of the worst things that can happen to anyone if they end up calling a perfect top or perfect bottom, because one, that's unsustainable, and two, it can fill you with a false sense of reality in terms of you being smarter than the market. Believe me, when prices start to run, if you haven't been here before, as prices start to really significantly run, those of you who are more emotional and inexperienced in this market will begin to think things like, man, I fucking outsmarted the market. I know what I'm doing. Like, I'm just going to keep riding this motherfucker. And then some of you are going to listen to those headlines about Bitcoin hitting 300,000, 250,000. And you're going to buy into that super cycle bullshit. But I'm here to tell you that both of those things aren't realities. So your success in this market is going to be scaling out at sensible levels and making a profit. No one ever got hurt making a profit. No one ever got hurt making a profit. I will tell you, and from experience, if you choose to hold on to positions and they go down substantially, well, then you haven't realized any gains from all the money that you've made in the market. Okay, they're unrealized gains. We need to realize those gains in the market. So this is the weekly chart. We're looking good. The other thing I didn't point out on the live stream from, what the hell is today? Thursday. I didn't live stream Tuesday and Wednesday. Monday. Work's been a little bit of a bitch lately. No, it's all right. Things are going well. It's been a little bit of a bitch lately, though. But it's going well. What I was going to say is on Monday, we didn't touch base on the weekly close and what that looked like. So as you can see, the stochastic RSI, historically when the stochastic RSI is up at these levels, and you also have some bullish indicators reading on your MACD and your RSI, they're very good indicators in terms of sustained momentum to the upside. Now that, keep in mind, now that this RSI is above 70, we don't want to see it drop below this dotted line, which is 70 here. And it usually, we spent time in the past. We're not going to do this again. But typically when the RSI gets up here and look at the MACD, these are when you have the strongest moves in the market, okay? My full expectation, okay, and take with a grain of salt the price level, okay? But my full expectation is, in generalities, we're going to see some sort of price movement, you know, that mirrors something like this, right? And comes up here, all right? And at this point, that's when we're going to need to determine when we're overheated. But the whole reason I bring that up is, again, focus on the basics constantly. I was on a really good Spaces the other day. If you didn't catch it, I reposted it. It was on Caspa. I was on there. And one of the things I commented on this Spaces is, guys, we just keep it stupid simple. You look at a Caspa chart, hey, higher highs, higher lows. This is another motherfucking higher low, okay? That's all this is. This is premature because it hasn't bounced. But the whole point is, you keep it stupid simple. We're bouncing. Same thing on the Bitcoin chart. We're bouncing. Same thing on the weekly chart as we continue to go up. As long as we are forming higher highs and higher lows, you can't ask for anything more. Okay, obviously you have to watch out for bearish divergence on the RSI. We do want to clear some of this up and see us get up towards 90. But things are looking sexy AF. If we go to the 2-week chart, guys, what did we see on this channel? There were some false positives on the weekly when that stochastic RSI crossed above 20. Remember, when the stochastic RSI goes under 20, the chart you're evaluating has completely lost momentum. Once it recaptures 20, that's a bullish signal saying, hey, momentum's beginning to swing to the upside. And when we looked at the stochastic RSI on the weekly, we said, well, there are some false positives. But when we get it to flash, on that 2-week chart, there is an 8/9 probability. What is 8 divided by, hold on, 8 divided by 9. There is an 89% probability that we are going to have some sort of a really big push up, and an 11% probability it's a temporary fake out. So clearly we've been moving up. Look at the stochastic RSI. Where's the RSI at? We're watching this as well. This is great to see. Guys, do you realize, now look, we're early into the 2-week candle. We need the 2-week candle to print, which won't be till next week. Do you realize how significant this is? We spend time talking about, again, with an RSI, despite some people who don't understand technical analysis that choose to comment on it, you can chart patterns on an RSI just like you do on a price chart. It bothers me to no end when I hear people talk about TA who actually don't do TA. They draw a bunch of lines on a chart and they call that TA. No, did you actually take any courses? So we had this up ascending line here, right? And we broke through it. Look, we recaptured it. Not only did we recapture it, we broke the descending resistance here and we're back above 70 on the RSI. Guys, I didn't even realize that until we talked about it now, because I haven't looked at the RSI on here. I was just focused on the stochastic RSI. This is extremely bullish to see. Now, again, you're going to historically look back in 2020 as an example. Once we got above here, okay, we got above in October 20 and we peaked out in January, and then we had some negative divergence here. And then once we got below 70, that's when we saw the correction in the market. Here it's interesting. Back in 2017, you can see, and this is the reason I have 59 drawn out, on this 2-week chart, once we got above 70, we kind of came down to 59, then we back tested 59. So this is another scenario I will be looking for moving forward to see if we see anything similar. So, but things are looking very, very, very good there. Let's take a look at, I still have to get to your charting questions. I do want to take a look at the altcoin market because it's very, very good to see what's going on with Ethereum. Guys, winner, chicken dinner. Let's get these motherfuckers back on. Winner, chicken dinner. When we look at the Ethereum, let's go to a weekly chart. Look what's going on. Now, we need this weekly candlestick to close, okay? We need this one to close, but look what's going on. We got descending resistance that we're attempting to break out. Now, remember, we got to close the week out, right? And you can see there's resistance right here at 3,400. It would be uber bullish if we can close above 3,400 this week, okay? I think the other thing it potentially sets us up for, and again, not trying to jump ahead, just having been here for a bit and knowing charts, wouldn't surprise me to see a push up here and a back test for support and a bounce up like we talk about, wouldn't surprise me to see this thing just continue to go, okay? Like 2020 that I just spoke about at the top of the live stream. Guys, check out the chart of Ethereum late 2020. That motherfucker, once it started breaking 200, it did not look back. That's what I'm saying. How many times have I come out here and said the market does not tap you on the shoulder, right? You need to be prepared now. You need to be buying in the times when no one wants to buy. You need to be buying at the times when people think you're delusional. This is the guy with the Bitcoin glasses on right now. That you're delusional and you're illogical and you don't know what you're talking about. All right. Ethereum on the weekly. Ethereum on the weekly. What else do we have going on? By the way, next week is Thanksgiving. A premature happy Thanksgiving, everyone, for all those who celebrate. And for anyone who's offended by me wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, fuck you. All right, so this is the weekly RSI, and it looks like I had a key area marked here around 58 to 55. I'm sure there's good reason for it. Looks like, yeah, there's some price confluence here. I wonder if I put that on the 2-week. But anyway, clearing above here certainly would result in bullish price action because we can even just see back in, let's take a look, actually. Once we got above this area here, yeah, we rode it up from 1,700 up to 4,100. I mean, keep in mind, this is a really good point, guys. 4,100, we got up to 4,100 this year on Ethereum. Where do you think this thing is going? Okay, I believe I communicated to you my target was 8 to 15, right? So I realistically think Ethereum will be somewhere between $8,000 to $15,000. It'll be interesting to see where it lands, but this thing has a lot more room to the upside. You can see here, once we got above the orange line here, look what happened with price, okay? Parabola, okay? MACD's churning up. We're starting to see a bullish confirmation because not only did we cross positive, we're getting above our zero trend line, and this green histogram is starting to pick up. Ethereum is looking like a sexy bitch. All right. By the way, thought just crossed my mind, so I'll share it with you. And I feel like I've said this a time or two on the live stream. Don't confuse my emotion on camera, okay? Now for one moment, you can if you'd like, but don't confuse my emotion on camera and feeling excited for all of us because we're seeing play out in generalities so far what I was expecting. Don't confuse that with how I will approach my investments. I will sell. Believe me, I will sell. But I think it's important that during these times when we have a brief moment in time where the price is going to respond the way it is, let's have some fucking fun, all right? I'm not going to come out here and be boring as shit. I can't. It's the last thing I'd want to do. Solana, this is our confirming candlestick to get above 220. Guys, we just tapped. Let's just call a spade a spade. Solana has just tapped its all-time high. It is going to, at this point, I would find it hard to believe, the all-time high is way back here. I would find it hard to believe Solana doesn't break its all-time high before Ethereum. I mean, essentially, Solana would have to fizzle out here, come back into here, and then Ethereum would just jet off. I don't see that happening. Solana looks like it's ready to break out. And keep in mind, I'm still in my trade position. When you're, we can talk about a couple different ones, actually. When you're talking about Solana going off, the other thing that you need to understand, okay? The other thing that you need to understand, this is Orca. It's a DEX on Solana. The tokens that are supported from that ecosystem are going to, some people call it beta, they're going to go up, the good performing ones will go up at a higher clip than Solana. Orca, I think Orca is going to go significantly higher from where it's at now, okay? I'm fine sitting on this until early next year as a trade. And that's what I mean by trading. I don't sit behind my computer and day trade. It's rare for me to even take trade positions for like a week or two. Generally, it's more, a month, 2 months, 3 months, let it play out. But anyway, this, and if you look at meme coins, you look at meme coins that are supported on Solana. So my go-to is WIF. You guys know that's the main token that I have on Solana. But you can see here, similar. Is this similar? Yeah, this is the all-time high in WIF, and we essentially tapped it just like Solana did. We're just backtesting, but again, we're getting these higher highs and higher lows coming in on WIF. I have zero concerns with this chart. This chart is uber bullish. I just don't understand. I never could understand when we broke. I talked about this before. I never understood when we were in this area why people were calling for $1 WIF. It made zero sense to me. Volume's picking up. We're breaking a pennant structure. Classic backtest descending resistance as support. We just talked about that on the Ethereum chart. Yeah, this chart's great. So if you're bullish Solana, you should be bullish on the meme coins. You should be bullish on the other well-performing tokens on that ecosystem to do extremely well. Solana's doing well. Same with Ethereum. So if I were to look at, take a look at your meme coins, right? Yeah, look at Wojak. Jesus, let's take a look at Wojak real quick. I'm going to get to your questions, by the way. I know there are 3 charting questions I said I would take. So if we take a look at Wojak, again, this is quote-unquote beta to Ethereum. This is actually, you can buy it on Solana now, on the Solana chain. But established on the Ethereum chain, as Ethereum does well, this thing's going to outperform Ethereum. Look at the Wojak, and I'll prove it to you. Look at the Wojak ETH chart. Oh, okay. I don't have a Wojak ETH chart. I thought I did. Well, another time. But the whole point is you definitely want to, if you have a high conviction on something like a Solana, you want to have some tokens that are supported on that network. Same with Ethereum. Same with anything related to XRP, anything related to Caspa, anything like that. Any thoughts on stablecoin Monero? I like that, Carl. Dude, I told you guys, I haven't charted it forever. I purchased several Monero recently within the past year. And I told you guys, that's just sort of my, I'm just holding it. I'm not planning on selling it at all. If you know the purpose of Monero, you'd know why I feel that way. Milla, I'm actually planning on putting out a video. I've been planning on putting out a video in relation to your question. It's a great question. And my video will address that. Wow, Wojak is up 42%. Let's motherfucking go. You're offended by Thanksgiving? Mila, thank you for the thanks for the thoughts there. Yeah, I don't know any other way to be. I don't understand people that are disingenuous. I don't know how you can look in the mirror with yourself. But at the end of the day, like if you think about it, guys, no matter what you do in life, right? If at the end of the day you can't look in the mirror and you're not proud of what you've accomplished and what you do for a living, quite frankly, I don't understand the concept. So this is XDC. XDC is having a great move today. You know, this is a chart, real quick. Just wanted to spend a moment talking about this because we went significantly lower than what I was anticipating. I want to explain something about XDC because it's a great example. I had every reason to be extremely bullish on this project based on the market structure here. I remember charting this thing years ago and saying to everyone on my live stream, this is one of the most beautiful charts that I've evaluated recently. I am extremely bullish on this. But again, this is a great example of why there's no certainty in charting. This thing fell apart worse than I was anticipating. Look what happened here. We had a nice rise up, but we fell all the way back down to essentially double bottom from 2022. So very weak, but we're starting to see some significant moves to the upside. I bet you there was bullish divergence here. How often do we look here and find bullish divergence? Why, look, guys, bullish divergence. RSI going up, and the price was coming down. Excellent. So right now, the nice thing about this chart, my friend, is that I have all the price confluence drafted out for you here. So MACD, this is an unsustainable move to the upside. This thing's probably going to flatten for a bit and then continue moving up. RSI looks good up there at 70. Yeah, I mean, the healthiest thing for, I mean, you know what I'm going to say. I don't really think I need to spell this out for you. Hold this as support. Let's break this resistance, come up here, and then just continue chugging higher. I mean, it's really simple. I have the price levels mapped out for you. You can take a look at the right. All right, Cardano. Well, we just talked about this chart, actually. So, I mean, and this is red only because this candlestick here, the candle that closes after the candle that closes above resistance, once that closes once it closes above this red line, then we can flip it to support. So you can see here, again, I mean, I can show you, but I mean, we came up here, right? So let's just hold this area. Sorry. That was too sloppy even for me. We came up here. Let's hold this general area, okay? And then let's break $1. That dollar is going to be similar to XRP. The dollar is going to be a all-important level. All-important level. And right now, we've essentially double-topped here from early 2024. You look at the price we look at the price indicators. Yeah, we look good. Yeah, that's what we want to see from price, though. I don't see anything concerning. Again, this one generally has nice market structure. A little bit of a laggard, but it's maintained its top 10 position. And, you know, it's not a bad chart. Not a bad chart at all. Big difference here between this chart and the chart we just evaluated. Check it out. The reason this is weaker is because we came all the way back down to backtest here. Look what ADA did. It stayed way up here, right? So a little bit of a stronger performing chart. All right, what was the third charting question? What was the third charting question? Oh, XLM. Shit, that's right. The XLM guy's in here. Welcome in, Chris. Welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to have you back. Nice to have you back, Chris. See, true conviction is coming on these motherfucking live streams when the market sucks. Okay? Yeah, this didn't pan out. Woo! There's a great example of something that didn't pan out. Cup and handle? Yeah, not quite. Okay, so let's get rid of that bad memory. Just such a bad memory. No. I actually do appreciate sometimes when these charts don't work out, as long as it doesn't mean it cost me. I actually do appreciate when these charts don't work out sometimes, because I think there's a learning lesson in that. And the learning lesson is that I can't tell you with certainty what's going to happen. I'm just literally interpreting data that tells me some sort of, it helps formulate a view on what I think is most and least likely. So right now, right here, we are starting to, now what's beautiful about this, we got this, see how we got a push? This isn't coincidental. See how we got a push above 19.5 and we came right back down to 19.5? Or no, we opened there, excuse me. Never mind then. We opened right, never mind, this isn't a wick. Okay, so we're breaking 19.5. So essentially what we want to do now, what you'd like to see from, and actually let me draw one more area of price confluence here. And I'm going to make this green prematurely. So Chris, to answer your question in terms of how XLM looks, this is what you want to watch for. When you open up your Coinbase app or whatever you use to monitor prices, maybe you're an extensive technical analyst, and you spend oodles of time studying charts like me. So I'm fine with XLM coming all the way down here. That's cool with me. Don't start breaking below like 16 cents. I don't want to break below 16 cents because if you break below 16 cents, you're going to start getting to this area, okay, which is 13.5 cents. And then if you break 13.5, most likely you're going all the way back down near 11 cents and maybe 10 cents. So really want to try to stay above 16 cents. I'm fine if we roll over here and we can wick below here. It's fine. Maintain price levels here and continue moving up. Now, I got the major areas already because I've charted this so much in the past. I haven't charted it recently, but But you can see the main areas of resistance I have here. Now that we've broken above 19.5, confirm it as support. Really not going to get any challenges, even 37. Somewhere around that 37 to 52 cent mark is where we're going to get our first next area of strong resistance. You can see once we started moving up here, notice the volatility, Chris. In late 20, when we started making our movements up, you saw a similar move right here in XLM. Look at when this was, late November. We're in late November. I mean, it's literally tat for tat. I mean, look at this, my friend. Here, look. Where are we at? So, what I'm trying to tell you is this price movement right here. Okay, it's supposed to be 2 candlesticks, so just mind you. See those 2 candlesticks right there? That is mirroring right here. And the thing that I want you to take away from this is not only the symmetry here, but notice, this is what I want you to be prepared for, okay? I want Chris to be prepared for this. I want everyone listening to be prepared for this. Just as I had shared, oh, I just saw your XLM to Moon Wen, that I shared near the beginning of the live stream. Notice what we did here, okay? We came all the way up to 23.5 cents, and we came all the way back down to 11 cents, okay? This move may not be over yet, but the whole point is for someone to ride this up from the 7 cent level to 70 to 80 cents and make a 10, 11x, which is a great return in this market, guys. There aren't many markets. Don't fall for the people who post about making 100x gains and all this stuff. Guys, making a 10x in this market is outstanding. It's outstanding. You're not going to get that you're not going to get it anywhere else. Possibility. The whole point is, look at what we did here, okay? It's very important for everyone to take note that in order to ride it from 6 cents up to 70 to 80 cents, you had to withstand right here. Look at this correction, guys. 53%. 53. So you had to be willing to ride XLM up to 22, 23 cents, come all the way back down to 11, and then ride it up towards 80 cents. Only people that knew what they were doing would have been doing that, okay? So that's why I'm trying to prepare you that you know, you're going to see something similar, in my opinion, play out over here. You can't stay this overextended. That's why I said about XRP. Look, it's great. XRP is above $1. Thank baby Jesus. The thing's been at 30, 50 cents for the past 350 years, okay? But it's going to pull back. That move is unsustainable if you look at just the moving averages. Hell, if I put a Bollinger Band on there, historically, when it's had that significant move up well over $1, I hope people are securing profits, because my best guess is, educated guess is, I already gave you price levels. I said 56 to 71 cents, right? So it's going to come back. So you can expect the same from XLM. Maybe this isn't done going up. Maybe we make one final push to 30 cents, and then we suffer basically a 50% correction. We come down from 30 to 15 to 16 cents. So just be prepared for that. But the chart is, it's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I think we may be at time. Guys. I'm actually participating in a Spaces. So if you are, you're welcome, Chris. If you are on X, feel free to check out my profile right here. You'll see my name. He's messaged me the link here. I got to get in. But you'll see this light up. You can just click on it and join the Spaces. Feel free to come in. Quite honestly, I don't know if I'll have anything new to offer over what I've shared with you. I'll have to think about that, because typically the spaces that I go into tend to be more traders. And when I say traders, I mean very short-term trades, and that's not the bulk of my portfolio. It's not how I spend my capital. So, but anyway, they are still engaging conversations. So hope to see you there, and I'll be back. Sometimes I say this, it's like a 50-50 shot. I might be back here Sunday. Click that bell icon for all notifications, because next week's Thanksgiving. It's going to be a little rough, so getting the live streams out. So until next time, everybody, let's all spread awareness, and let's carry the education forward. And yes, I will intimidate Coinbase to start offering CAS. You don't want to answer to these guys? Right here. Let's fucking go. Boulon, baby. Boulon! Take care, guys. Good to see you.